The Gossip Stones. One of the most iconic Zelda items in Zelda history. They retain important information to Link and are able to tell us the current time. However, what if these strange stones had a more interesting purpose? What if they were somehow used during the Hyrulean Civil War? Hey everyone, I'm Zelda Conqueror, and today I'll be discovering the purpose of the Gossip Stones from Ocarina of Time and find out how exactly people use them. Gossip Stones are recurring items in the Zelda series. We find them in the most bizarre locations all throughout Hyrule. Judging by its name, a Gossip Stone is made of stone and has a symbolic eye of the Sheikah on it. As stated earlier, they give information to Link, some important, while others are clearly for fan service. If you play the Song of Storms, they seem to release a fairy. Another interesting feature is that they shoot towards the sky if any interaction is made with explosives. So what does this all mean, you ask? With all of these different aspects, the Gossip Stones seem to represent a guardian or helper. Interestingly enough, how does this tie into the Hyrulean Civil War? Well, let's dive in. We don't know what caused the Civil War in Hyrule, however, many claim it was the entrance to the Sacred Realm. Keep in mind that this isn't likely because many did not know where the Triforce was held at. The Hyrulean Civil War brought great destruction upon Hyrule, especially for those who were victims to its demolishing havoc. Most victims were Hylians, along with other races that did not wish to involve themselves with the war. This is supported when talking to the Deku Tree Sprout. He tells us that a Hylian mother brought her child to the Great Deku Tree in order to escape the events of the war. As most of us already know, the child was Link, as the Great Deku Tree since he would play a major role in Destiny. But how does this tie into Gossip Stones, you ask? Allow me to explain. The victims of the war's destruction would need to relocate and find a place to settle in. Hyrule Castle Town is under attack, so the only evident place would be Kakariko Village. However, what if another place of retreat could have been the secret Grottoes? The secret Grottoes, or secret holes, are holes that Link can dive into. It can be easily referred to as a small cave. We find them all throughout Hyrule. Most of them are found in the strangest areas of the game, which would make sense for people to hide in order to avoid any conflict of the war. They contain rupees, water and fish, and interestingly enough, cows. In order to survive the war, 3 different aspects of survival are necessary: shelter, food, and clothing. Shelter is already in check, as this hole would seem big enough to fit at least 20 people, and the temperature seems moderate judging by the appearance. Building a fire is also an option in case the temperature decreases. Food seems to be no problem, as water and milk would do just fine, along with fish and cow. It would seem weird for them to eat cow as well as the waste, but if we take a look at Lon Lon Ranch and the Minish Cap, Elzel says that the cows look delicious. As for clothing, I assume they already have this, but since there is a war taking occurrence, I speculate that they retreat temporarily from the grotto and come back with what they need, in case of any shortage of supplies. Another advantage for those using the Gossip Stones would be the time-telling feature. The victims can use the Gossip Stones as a time-telling device. This would be beneficial because they would be able to tell what times are best for retrieving supplies and what times contain the most severe war activity. Another advantage would be the Gossip Stone flying upward. How on earth is this even useful, you ask? Well, let's take a look at the definition of a distress signal. A distress signal is a signal used for the purpose of summoning aid. For example, a red rocket flare would be used in sea to attract attention. Obviously, you wouldn't use this in a forest area as it could create wildfires. Anyway, the Gossip Stone could be used as a distress signal, symbolizing that help is needed for any reason. However, this may be able to cause attention towards any beings that mean harm to these victims. Another interesting feature supporting that people fled to these hidden holes are the treasure chests. Almost every grotto has a chest, most of them containing rupees or a piece of heart. This would seem to imply that people took their belongings with them. Now, I may be looking at this too seriously, but why do we still find the chests years after the war? This is more so speculation, but I believe that the victims of the war were so lighthearted and carefree to hear that the war has ended. Thus, they left behind their belongings and looked forward to starting a new life. Last but not least, we know that Gossip Stones can give information to Link. I found this subject to be the hardest to understand, but I believe that victims talk to the Gossip Stones in order to have some kind of company, and to prevent any mental or psychological conditions as they are being cramped in a hole until the war is over. Although, keep in mind that you would need the Mask of Truth in order to talk to the Gossip Stones. It would be hardly convincing that a mass production of these masks were prepared. However, I started to notice that masks that appeared in Ocarina of Time, such as the Khitan mask and even the Mask of Truth itself, appeared in Majora's Mask. This would prove that mass production was made for the Mask of Truth, as they provide the same purpose in both games. In conclusion, I believe these secret grottos were used as a shelter source, along with Gossip Stones serving as a guardian. But what if these secret grottos had a different purpose? What if they are connected to the cursed family in Kakariko Village? Find out in my next theory. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this theory. Wow, we are really close to 1,000 subscribers. Holy crap. I really appreciate it, guys. I will have a 1,000 sub special, but anyway, one thing I guess I could have mentioned for this video was that there is a Gossip Stone that tells us like the grottos can be used as breeding grounds for the bugs. I mean, that doesn't debunk the theory, that just adds more possibilities to what the secret grottos were used as. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this theory. I will be having a cursed family theory out by, I don't know, because today's August 3rd. I'm not gonna have this theory out probably till tomorrow. So anyway, but we'll see, guys. Thank you guys so much for almost 1,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. Take care. Hope you enjoyed, and bye.